Welcome.
Hello, Isaac.
Greetings.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you please speak about, I'm not doing anything when you say, can you please explain more?
So let's, rather than getting too esoteric or too, just simple, we're resting here. Breathing is happening.
Yeah.
The way we speak is we say, I'm breathing. But yet if we look, breathing is just happening.
Yeah.
We say, I'm thinking. But if you try to stop, you'll see thinking just keeps happening. It's not you that thinks. So when we go a little deeper and we look for that sense of you, that sense of I, you could say, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We can see that it's something that comes and goes. Like every night when we go to deep sleep, it's gone. And also in waking state,
Go with Papa.
if it gets through.
I'm so safe.
Please go.
I want to cuddle.
Glenn.
I told you, mate, already.
Sorry.
No problem, yeah. Yeah. So that feeling sense of I, if you know, even in waking state, if it gets really quiet, there's just presence with no boundaries. We can see that sense of I actually is an activity. And if that activity stops, either spontaneously, through meditation, through psychedelics, it can happen, then there's just presence, no separation. It's like this great intelligence is spinning every atom, is doing, everything is happening. So, but somehow it seems as if that sense of I is the doer. But yet at the same time, we know, when I ask people, how many of you planned your life to be the way it is? And people laugh because, it's like we know, it's just life does what it wants. So that sense of I is a feeling sense that's based on thinking. Usually it's automatic and it's unconscious. Nobody does it. Just the way of functioning. And then it looks like, from that perspective, we think, okay, I am the doer, you are the doer. But if we look a little deeper, we can see, what is it that's living us? Including, it's like during the course of a lifetime, some people get interested in truth, other people get interested in many other things, yeah? And those interests seem to come by themselves and also leave by themselves. It's not something that we choose or do. An interest comes or it doesn't come. So that sense of personal doership is something that's usually intellectually we can maybe understand it, but most of the time we believe in it, that there is a doer, a personal doer. But the difficulty is, it's like, I don't know if you've ever had the experience of being upset and then blaming someone else for the upset. Almost everybody's had that experience. So when we blame someone else for an upset that's happening in us, it's based on the idea that they had a choice and they made the wrong choice. Then we have a right to be upset with them, yeah? So when we think they have a choice, we don't have a choice but to be upset. And when we look at the function of that upset is to try and get them to make a different choice. The fact that it never works, and never has worked, and never can work, escapes us. But somehow we feel justified. We believe they have a choice, but we don't have a choice to be upset. So it's an interesting thing to start to explore and see, okay, here we are. Breathing is happening, thinking is happening, our life is happening, this body is bodying. And there's a little thinking process that goes on that thinks it's in charge of everything. But it's a mirage, it's not true. Does that resonate with your unknowing? Or?
It does resonate a lot. I feel it inside very deeply what you're saying to be true. I feel like there's a parent being that in front of the presence that says I am doing and I'm going and I'm choosing and all that is an appearance that appears in front of that. Something that,
Yes.
says that I am here, I'm doing, I'm moving, I'm located here. There is sense of location always present as well. And this sense of location actually...
Our culture really supports that point of view. We've been conditioned that way. So in my experience, it takes a while to come out of that habit. It's like your child was upset a little bit ago. And we can blame the child and say, listen, why, stop it, or whatever. But if you really look deeply, do they have a choice about being upset? Not really.
So it's a set of conditioning that comes together and overplaces a muscle memory, biomemory out.
Exactly.
So like in all of us, child, adult,
in all of us,
doesn't matter,
the same. And so once that's deeply seen, then that habit to blame others or to even blame ourselves starts to drop away. Guilt and blame start to drop away. It doesn't mean that if we notice there's something playing that causes difficulty, even though we're not the doer, that there's no interest in inquiring into it and allowing it to come to peace. It's no,
So I think,
I would say it's no different than if you put on a sweater or something and it's got a piece of something in it stuck that's scratching you. Usually, if it's irritating your skin, you know, you'll take the sweater off and you'll look for whatever that is and you'll take it out. It's the same thing. It's just like if there's something playing in the way your system functions through its conditioning and its trauma that's causing difficulty for you could say, within your life experience and your family's experience, there is an interest to explore what is that. But when we think it's my fault or that, you know, I'm to blame for it, that just adds another layer to it that makes it very difficult to see what's going on.
It's true, but you see, I have this a little bit of difficulty in the sense of how to flow with this, because if the presence is what I am, and there's that unknown presence that does everything is the greater, say, me. So there is this a smaller beingness in front of it, which manifests in this form and feels that it's located somewhere, all these sets of conditioning. It's kind of, how do you know, find this, like there is always like a reference point, because how are you going to relate, you know? It's kind of, okay, so if I don't decide for anything, or how do I take kind of decision? And, you know, is it just like flow with whatever comes from there, like, you know, feel where it tends to take you? And
It's actually a deep question. If we go into that and seeing, okay, so somehow life happens. We get tired at night, we go to bed. Sleep takes us when it wants to, not when we want to. Sometimes we're lucky, we go to bed and then sleep takes us immediately, but sometimes it doesn't. So it's not up to us. Same thing with waking up. It happens when it happens. And sometimes, you know, depends on many circumstances, but it just does its thing. Same thing with dreaming. When dreaming happens, the dream comes, it comes by itself. So to speak it another way, it's like we're here now. There's the information of this moment, which is basically perceived through the senses. So it's a sensation. But that sensation gets interpreted through the filter of our conditioning and our trauma. And that conditioning happened from, we carry some of it from our ancestry, and we carry it certainly from what happened when we were in the womb and then the first 7-8 years. So, and there was no discrimination as to how that conditioning was happening. And by the time we realize it, we're looking through a filter, you could say.
Yeah.
And we're so used to that filter that we don't know what it's like without it. So one of the things that seems to happen in these meetings when we rest together is that some of that filter starts to get a little bit more seen, we could say, and there's have moments of resting as beingness with no filter. Just quiet beingness. And there's a sense of boundlessness, not being anyone, no questions, no problems. No need to know anything. Life is just happening.
Does it ever stop, the sensation of beingness?
You know, it's again a very deep question. It's like when we go to deep sleep, there doesn't even seem to be a sense of beingness.
But when in a waking state,
In the waking state,
can it be continuous, unbroken?
Yeah, it can be, because it's a question of where our attention is.
Mm-hmm.
So for most of us, the habit of attention is that has been programmed and conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for many of us, it's conditioned. What do other people think of me? Am I safe? Am I okay? All of that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff that's just going on behind the scenes automatically. When that starts to, how could I say, come to peace, then there's a relaxed presence, just here, not trying to get anywhere, just meeting the moment, you could say, in a sweet way. It's not seeking, it's not trying to, it's nothing. It's just, and like that is I would say, the easiest way to see some of these subtleties that go on behind the scenes that we don't normally see. When we stress, our capacity to notice what's going on is almost non-existent. When we're running and stressed, our capacity to notice is practically nil. And most of us spend our life from waking running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can feel like there is an expectation in me appears that there's something has to major happen for me not to get fooled anymore. Major seeing
Okay.
that everything is me.
So
Mm-hmm.
let's slow that thought down, or that
Mm-hmm.
expectation, whatever. Yeah. Who's the me? So just from here, you tell me. Speak again, and speak from here now. Just now.
Mm-hmm.
You
The
can see
feeling
that's
of
the thing.
feeling of beingness comes, yeah.
Yeah.
This beingness that uses
That
this
other thing.
vehicle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That other what you spoke is a thought. Yeah. That's
Mm-hmm.
been believed and has a certain amount of momentum. But you can see it. If that thought is believed, there's no peace.
Yeah.
Just that one thought is enough to never just be here, to stop.
And still the sense of I'm using this body just so viral, so vital for me.
In the gap, in the gap between thoughts, what's here?
Seeing without
That's
form.
it. Exactly.
And that thought comes, I still feel this body. I feel energy flowing.
And who, that's the thought in itself.
Mm-hmm. So then when you kind of, these thoughts are not in the way of that, it just shines its light. And there is a feeling of doing that, that I have to get out of the way for that to express itself.
No, it's the same trap. That's I have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get out of it. If you look for the
Yeah.
I that has to do it, you can't find it. It's just it's a thought. That's all.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a gap or there's a moment of quietness, and then the next thought comes in.
Yeah.
And so it's just like thoughts come and go. That's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's just somehow when there's a belief in the thought that, and then you look who even believes in it, it's just like nobody. It's just like that happens by itself until it doesn't. So it's not anything that can be done about that. It's just like at some point there's just a seeing. It's okay, well, thoughts come and go. Doesn't have mean anything about awareness. Life comes and goes. Life does its dance. It doesn't mean anything about that great intelligence. These expressions of life that we call ourselves are here for a blip. Nothing. Most of that blip is in a waking dream or a deep dream. It's just like
It's definitely hasn't been seen enough.
but
This
at this moment,
beliefs.
no, but that's a thought again. Right now.
Yeah. Oh God, this is so tricky.
Just in the moment of seeing, there's no problem. And then the next thought comes, oh, wow, I have to really solidify this or something. And then it starts again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's beautiful because behind it is a deep interest of wanting to be at peace, wanting to be free. But then you just see that it just plays like that and plays like that. It keeps fooling us until, okay.
Mm-hmm. Until it doesn't, I guess.
It doesn't, yeah. So ask the questions again and again. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Isaac. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you, Isaac. Thank you.
Yeah. Peace and love.
Thank you. To you as well.
Thank you. Liliana and then Jennifer. Hi, Liliana.
Hi, Isaac. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. bit of emotion is coming up.
Let it. It's okay. You didn't ask for it. It came by itself. Let it come.
Yeah.
The main thing is just as emotion comes, just to see if somehow it means something about you. You know, it's like emotion comes when it comes and goes when it goes. You can't even hold on to emotion if you want to. It disappears. It's like trying to drain the ocean with a sieve. You can't.
Yeah.
Emotions come and go.
Yeah. But when we feed it, it does seem to stay. Is that?
Yeah, so the feeding of it is you could say, an automatic, unconscious movement relative to it. It's something we don't do even. It's just an automatic, oh, crying isn't okay. It's not, it's not cool or whatever it is. So it just then there's an automatic response and it does its stance. But other than that, you look, it came and now there's a smile, and look, maybe it comes again or the next thing. You never know. It just, yeah, we're here just watching. Resting. The character that we play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't ask for it.
No, exactly. Exactly. And you watch it just plays itself, yeah.
Yes. Oh.
In the East, they use an example. They say, like, you can take gold and you can make a ring out of it. You can make a cup out of it. You can make a necklace out of it. But ultimately, it's all made of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something is playing all these different characters. Something shows up as a tree or a rock or something, it's like anything. So it's like that deep resting before name and form, before, yeah. And then you get into like that recognition of recognizing that you're nothing.
Yeah.
But on the other side, also everything.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's not limited to the character, to Liliana or anything. It's just, yeah. And it's not about getting anywhere or reaching some state or something. It's about recognizing how it is already. It's
I'm really yearning for that deep resting, and I've seen snippets of it.
And even at this moment, that deep resting is here.
Yes.
Ever, always. It's like, you know.
I think this needs to bubble up, doesn't it? Wow.
So,
Look at this happening.
okay, you're frozen on my screen at the moment, so I'm going to move over to the next one. And that is Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hi, it must be early morning for you.
Yeah, it's 4:30.
Good morning.
I lose sleep over you any day.
Beautiful. I've been enjoying your posts lately on Facebook.
Yours too.
Yeah, cool.
Just want to rest.
Yeah, of course. And resting doesn't mean that there's no movement. It just means recognizing that which is resting always. Yeah. It's not trying to
Actually, there's
stop.
a lot of movement
Yeah.
that it actually feels like an old, I don't know, but frozen energy or frozen something in my system is starting to move, like a
Fantastic.
Neanderthal falling out here.
Hmm.
And before I used to hold it tight because it was scary, but now there's just something able to rest with it.
Wow, fantastic. That is such good news. Yeah. And that's a nice distinction. It's beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it feels alive and delicious too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I want to cry at the same time.
Let it. It's beautiful. Those are beautiful tears.
Thank you, Isaac. It's like I'm going crazy, laugh and cry at the same moment.
Mm.
it it feels like, I don't know, it's in my head, but it's like this was held so deep and ashamed to allow it to come to the surface. I don't know.
Yeah, well, of course. You know, like a lot of those mechanisms are ancestrals that have gone on for generations.
Mm.
And when they start to come up like this, it's really blessed. It's grace. It's not always comfortable, but yeah. No. Yeah.
And then something feels so alive. And
Alive.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to dance and celebrate.
Yeah. 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 Thank you. Wow, what a beautiful, song.
I want to kiss your cheeks.
Oh, sweetheart.
Love, love, love.
And to you.
Thank you.
Samuel.
Hi.
Hi, Samuel. Okay.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
So, Lucy. Hi, Lucy.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yes, indeed. What a sound. Oh.
Oh. I've been experimenting with joy, and I think I've worked out in a felt way that it feels like all of the emotions on the emotional wheel that is life, all the things that we can experience, it's like joy can be implanted into each of them.
Yeah.
And for me, I think I got taught I was growing up that joy was, you know, bouncing off the walls and being happy.
Yeah.
And I'm remembering that joy is, I've just written here, joy to me is experiencing the full aliveness of every now moment. So it's within everything. And I'm just thing. I'm just working out that's the essence. That's the essence of what I feel life is. And it's so fun. It's so sweet. And I was sitting on the floor last night, just like processing and surrendering to a kind of wave of discomfort and being with it in joy, in the unconditioned essence of joy. It's just like it's just like life is holding its hand out, just saying, it's okay, you can feel this.
Yeah.
Exhale.
Beauty. Thank you. Esther.
Hi.
Hi.
I would love to rest with you with a confused part in this system. And I also know that there's so much confusion. I always separate from others. So I just want to be in connection with you and include that part. Something like that. But it freaks me out the whole time. So so is it really just a sensation or
Right here, right now. What question is there here? Just right here.
okay? So I feel a bunch of thoughts but try to pull me in another direction.
And you notice, and it's noticed, yeah. In a moment where you just stop, how is it? Is there any problem? Then thoughts come, and if there's simply no interest in the thoughts, they just come, there's zero interest. What power do they have? They come, they go. Somehow there's a habit of entertaining the thoughts and thinking that they're real, that they're going to bring you somewhere or give you something. But it hasn't worked the last 100,000 times. What makes you think it's going to work the next time? It's just to simply be quiet. It's so simple.
Maybe that's a part of the confusion.
Nah, that's the thought again.
Okay.
Confusion is just trying to figure out which of two thoughts is reality, and the answer is neither of them. No thought is reality. You can't be confused, if there's only one thought, it's not confusion. If there's two thoughts, then there's confusion already. And whatever's aware of it is not bothered by thoughts.
It's also like, it feels like then a freeze comes in, kind of freeze. When I think I stop with everything, then it feels like a freeze.
Then let it be frozen.
Yeah. Even no working of the energy feels like it goes up and then it's blocked here or something.
All of that makes it seem like it should or could be different.
Yeah. Strong habit trying to change how it is.
I mean, that habit is just postponing happiness. I loved what Lucy said. I mean, like the joy that's just here, that's not waiting for any special circumstance or any special thing. It's just here. Just not noticed, you could say, just because it's busy trying to get someplace else. That's all. So.
How is it for you?
I have no clue. Okay. Thanks, Esther.
Just one little question. Do you also have a bunch of mouses around your house?
I don't know. I don't see them often. I mean,
Oh,
I'm sure there's everything. I'm sure there's everything around us. You know, we live near a nature reserve. So, but we have snakes that catch the mice.
yeah, I saw
So
pictures
nature,
about so many running mouses around. I said, oh my God.
nature here is amazing. It's just, it's beautiful.
Cool. Okay, I have no clue what's going on, but thank you.
Mhm. Yeah. Marcus.
Isaac.
Hey, Marcus. Thanks, Marcus. Monica. Can you hear me, Monica?
Okay. Yes, I can. Thank you.
Great.
I want to rest a bit with you.
With pleasure. Can you describe?
For me, it was a bit like a dance with you. Yes, it was connected and with fun. At first there was resistance. Then it begins to, yeah, like dance.
And who are you? The deepest. Speak from the depth.
The same as you.
Ah, yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yes, exactly. Beautiful.
Thank you for the Unterstützung. Yeah.
Support.
Yes, thank you. Support.
Yeah. Beauty. Thanks, Monica. Ina. When we just rest like this, what do you know is happening?
I feel a lot of joy streaming through the body, a lot of life energy. I feel the whole body is included. And then I feel a lot of like this feeling like I bow to you as my teacher. I bow to you as my friend. I'm very grateful that you show me that that I can trust male energy. Yeah, lots of love, lots of nothing. And it feels all inclusive.
How beautiful, Ina.
It feels like a big shift, actually, from the past time and today. Feels like a big, big shift.
Yeah. The frog agrees.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ina. Ah, sweetie. So, slowly.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi. Anything you like to say?
No, it feels so beautiful. So much love, and it feels so open at the moment. What are you noticing? I'm always curious.
I don't know what I noticed, I tell you. It's funny. Nothing.
Nothing, that's good.
Love and more love, Sylvie.
Thank you so much, Isaac.
Marina.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Marina.
Still can't see. What have I done?
Okay. Does that help if I speak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Had a lot of addictive things, you know, happening.
Enjoy them.
Mainly food, and I'm getting really fat. I laugh.
Yeah.
feel like this thing's been happening where I go out and I feel connected with friends, and there's a lot of joy, just automatic joy and laughter and connection and love. And then the opposite happens. And I come home and isolation happens, and it feels like it's quite a deep pattern in here in this system. Yeah.
So what's untouched by the connection and the joy and the isolation? All that other stuff comes and goes, you know, it's like...
Yes, that being presence. If I'm with a friend
Otherwise we just running
around, yeah. Finding I'm more present when I'm with the present. Then I come home and immediately there wants to be escape from the present.
Yeah. And you know, it's like otherwise it's always just running between attraction and aversion. It's just like trying to get the good feelings and avoid the bad ones and stuff like this. Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, there is another possibility, which is recognizing what's beyond.
Thank you. That's it.
Thanks.
Very grateful.
Christina.
Can I just quickly share something?
Yeah, with pleasure.
I think I just had a little revelation. You know what we call sleeping, a deep sleep? It's actually not a sleeping, but it's an absence of you. Is that right? And actually, when you meditate, you access that state too. You just, it's not a sleep, it's just absence of any perception, and still something perceives that it's absence. Wow, that's great. That's when illusion just drops. Yeah, that's great. That's so good. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Ah, Brigitte.
Here I am. The dog is sleeping.
Yeah, good. I see you.
See you?
Yes, I see you. Yeah.
Wait. This is a big question about who am I beyond this I? Who am I beyond emotion or thought? And I notice I have learned in the past, if you go the spiritual way, you have to know who you are in this life. I mean, the ego and character and personality and all this stuff. And now I have to to leave all this what I think this is truth. This I am. And there is very often this irritation and doubts and a big fear, this beyond who am I without emotions and all this stuff. There's also I'm lost, this feeling of I'm lost sometimes. But it is also construction of my mind. I think it is my mind wants to take care that I not go, you know. So it is going between these different moods. And when I meet you and the Sangha, there is this attention and concentration, and I can leave all this heaviness, and I come for
leave
a little
it,
while,
leave
you
it
know?
just, yeah, for one instant, 1 millisecond, leave it all.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. All this. Then I cannot speak anymore, you know?
Yes, 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 yes.
No speaking, there's
Nothing.
no speaking, you know,
Yeah.
there's no emotion. It is
Nothing.
nothing. Yeah. Yeah. This is it. mind always wants to explain what's happened and say, yeah, be careful.
Not only your mind, every mind. That is the mind, what it tries to.
Yeah, he knows all better, you know? Yeah. This one woman is speaking about this big joy, the big joy. And when I meet you and Sangha here, there is be in contact also with this joy. This is, I cannot explain. Yeah. So, what can I say? Thank you. Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you. Pressure.
How are you, Isaac? Just came up.
Well, how would I know?
I mean your physical body. Something happened again or all right?
No, yeah.
Okay. So I sent you something long ago about that we all get the reset, uploading to the cosmic energy something. Maybe it was this.
Who knows?
Because you feel a lot or whatsoever. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. To me, it's
Yeah.
somehow all of that stuff doesn't. Yeah. Not much on my mind.
I know, but maybe on your body. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, who knows? I'm in my healing process. I feel it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Also brought it also to peace with Micah yesterday. So beautiful. Mm. Mm. So much gratitude. It can't get too much, huh, Isaac? Can't get too much.
Over. Hi.
Hi.
Anything you'd like to speak?
Yeah. It is like it's coming in waves. Like I'm here and I'm not here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like the body is present and there are sensations happening. Then there is like the head, or yeah, it's not fully present. Do you feel there is connection?
It's like both. There's no separation whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And it drifts between that boundlessness and nothing, no thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that no thing, it's like beyond time, beyond space, beyond everything. It's just, yeah. And it's just like seeing the beauty and the dream of this life, but it's like not concerned with it. It's just, it can be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. Resting like that is like it feels like I won't do anything anymore.
It's possible. You know, you can understand when you rest like that, how Ramana could sit in one place for 7 years and not move. Nothing to do. And yet, people would come and sit near him and wake up. And, you know, it's just such a gift of that absence of, yeah, just attunement, you could say. Wow. You know, we've grown up with such a measurement of ourselves by doing this and not by being this. And it seems like there's a shift happening where there's a recognition of the beingness in which all doingness appears, and it's, yeah, passing show in a way.
Mm. Very grateful.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Thanks, Eva. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Dara, I think you were the host tonight, and thank you for that. And thank you to all for showing up. Wow, such a deep and beautiful